Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Leigh. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we are looking at something outside of the clothing realm, but something that I have wanted to review for a while, and that is Ruggable washable rugs. Now I purchased my first rug from Ruggable about a year ago and I have used it lots. It's in a very high traffic area and we'll kind of get into it and what it looks like. I recently decided to purchase a second one. I am really happy with both of them, so I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts, opinions, things that I've learned about them while I was kind of researching, trying to find a rug that I really liked. And of course, I will share some videos of how they actually look in my home so that you can kind of see where they are, what I've done with them. Now, one thing that I realized when I became a homeowner was how expensive all furniture is, but in particular, decorative things like rugs. Absolutely so expensive that it sometimes boggles my mind. Like, I will walk into a store, look at a rug, and it's like $1,000. And I'm like, I cannot imagine that I would ever be willing to justify that cost, especially for something that you cannot wash. Now, that is the original reason that I kind of started to explore the Ruggable route and just washable rugs in general. I couldn't imagine having something that if you spilled like red wine on it, or if my dog ran across it with dirty paws, I wouldn't be able to just like wash it. And I don't own a carpet cleaner, but renting them all the time seemed very annoying to me. So I decided to look at washable rugs. Now, obviously Ruggable, I feel like they do very, very good advertising, because as soon as I started looking for washable rugs, it was like the #1 that came up, and I just constantly got ads for them to the point that I was like, I feel like I should just try it out. Now, one of the things that enticed me about Ruggable in particular is this idea of it being a two-part system. So you purchase a rug, whatever pattern, color you want. They have literally thousands. They release more all the time. They do special collections with different artists. They do special things for the holidays. And then separate to that, you buy a rug pad. Now the rug pad, they have a couple different options, and I have both of the options, so we can look at what the differences are. The rug pad is really meant to just be the thing that's like keeping your rug from slipping around on the floor and keeps it sitting there. And then the rug itself is the thing that you're actually going to see, and also is the thing that you can take off and just throw in the washer. I have personally washed my Ruggable rug a couple of times. My smaller one, I haven't attempted it with my bigger one yet, but I have a small 3x5 one, and I have washed it a few times now and just let it air dry, and it looks just as good as when we got it. And it is at the back door of my house. So this is what that rug looks like. This rug is 3x5 feet, and it cost me $92 total, including the pad underneath. That to me, for a 3x5 rug, seemed very reasonable. Obviously it's still a decent chunk of money, but when you see the prices being charged for some rugs at other places, I felt totally okay with paying this price. Now, as you can see, the rug pad on this one is very thin. This is just their traditional rug pad. All this is doing is keeping your rug from sliding around. It's non-slip on the bottom, and it provides like a base for your rug to sit on. Now this rug is at my back door. My dog goes in and out into our little fenced outdoor area many times a day. In the summer, she's in and out constantly. Even in the winter, in the spring when it's mucky and gross, she'll come in, and we always had a problem where we would have a mat at that back door, but it was really small, and it would just constantly get muddy and dirty, and I felt disgusted by it, and I really wanted something that I could put in the wash. And I feel like it has served the purpose that we needed it for perfectly. Very happy with it. I also absolutely love that pattern, and they have so many different, like, very unique and interesting patterns, and I really recommend, if you are looking for something a little bit outside of the box, check out their website. They have a lot of things, like I said, that are in collaboration with artists. So if there's an artist that you really love, check and see if they're on there. They have some that are absolutely gorgeous and really out there that I would love to someday maybe have in my house. So we got that rug. We absolutely loved it. We decided recently that we were going to basically change up our house layout by just moving where the furniture is, not like doing any crazy renovations or anything, because our dining room we just did not use. We liked to sit and eat at the table, but our dining room was so dark. Like, it's just on a side of the house where it doesn't get a lot of natural light from the windows, and it has like a really beautiful light fixture in it that came with the house that's like this big stained glass fixture, but it's just not very bright. So constantly we would go sit and eat in there, but it felt so dark and miserable, and we really wanted to sit and eat in our room that had big beautiful skylights and windows all around. So we said, why don't we just switch? And this was my husband's idea. I cannot take the credit. So we decided to swap, which is great. But now we have our beautiful green, dark green couch sitting on top of like tile, basically. And it felt really weird. And I was like, I would love to have just like a rug to pull the space together and make it feel more living roomy, more cozy. So we got a gigantic bright pink rug, and I was so happy that my husband didn't care that I wanted this like bright pink. I had a vision in my head of dark green and pinks and maybe some like gold, maybe some silver. And the gold and silver has yet to come, but I'm so happy that we went with the pink and green. I think it looks really, really good. Now, this rug was significantly more expensive. So this one is obviously much larger. It is a 6 by 9 foot rug, but this one also has the cushioned pad system. So if I just lift up the rug, you can see that it is significantly thicker than the other one that is like maybe a centimeter thick. This one is quite thick, and when you walk on this, it feels like a nice cushiony rug. Now keep in mind though that the top portion of the rug is still going to be thin. These are meant to be quite thin so that you can just put them in your washing machine. Now, like I said, I haven't tried putting this one in my washing machine yet. We've only had it about a month or a month and a half now. It's in a room where we walk on it a lot, but we walk on it when, you know, we don't have dirty little paws. So it hasn't gotten very dirty yet, but I do think if you have a very small washing machine, some of these huge rugs you might not be able to fit, so just keep that in mind. Now, the rug that we got, I honestly think it's even more beautiful in person than it was on the website. The color is so vibrant. It is super soft to the touch, and the cushioned rug pad does feel really good. It feels, when you're walking on it, very luxurious. It feels soft. It makes the entire room way less echoey. We did have an echo problem before. We don't anymore because of like this nice thick cushioned rug. And overall, I am absolutely very, very pleased with it. Now, that rug cost $542. Significantly more expensive than the other one. That is something to keep in mind. Now, obviously there was a year difference between me buying like the second rug, and I do think prices have gone up just in general, as they have with everything, unfortunately. But I am also so pleased with that rug. And one of the cool things about Ruggable in particular, because it's two different pieces, you don't have to buy that cushioned pad underneath ever again. If you decide, I really don't like this rug anymore, I don't feel like pink, maybe I want just like a normal beige, I would never, but maybe I just want a normal beige now. I'm feeling like, you know, I want more neutral. You can just buy the rug, and it is much, much cheaper to just buy the rug topper versus the two-part system. So as an example, if I wanted to buy just the topper for that same 6 by 9 rug, the exact same print, it would be $270 instead of $542 for the entire set. So it is basically half the price, significantly cheaper if you just want to replace the rug topper. And like I said, there are a lot of like seasonal options for rug toppers. So I could definitely see if you're somebody that loves decorating specifically for each season. Maybe for Christmas, you want to bring out like a deep foresty green or like a specific Christmas rug. Like they do have like very festive ones, but they do also carry doormats, runners, bath mats, and all of those can also be just taken off of the two-part system and thrown in the wash. And I think that that's super cool. I know I oftentimes find that like my doormat gets really grungy looking after a while. It would be lovely to have one that you can just take off, throw in the wash, and maybe change it up depending on the season, change it up depending on what you're feeling like that day. I think that it's a very cool idea. And so far, the execution of the idea, in my opinion, from the ones that I've tried, has been amazing. And one thing to keep in mind, I am talking about Canadian prices whenever I talk about the prices of these items. If you live in the US, it is a little bit cheaper. Now, I'm not sure if Ruggable at this time ships outside of Canada and the US, so I definitely recommend checking out their website if you're interested in getting it shipped elsewhere. Another big component, obviously, if you're trying to consider buying a rug, shipping time. Now, the Ruggable rugs are kind of made to order. Like, I assume that they have some ready to go, but when you place your order, they specifically say like, hey, once your order's placed, we're gonna make this rug and then we'll get it ready to like ship out to you. Now, I did not have to pay for duties or anything, which is really nice. The delivery man did leave my rug sitting on top of a hedge that we have in front of our house, which was a little weird. It was delivered fine, it worked great. The delivery did take about, I would say maybe 4 weeks total, but they are very good at communicating like, okay, we've started creating your rug as of today. This process usually takes like 2 weeks. Okay, now we're gonna dispatch it. Delivery to your place usually takes about 1 week. They're really good at providing estimates, and I feel like they were very accurate when I ordered mine. Now, one thing that I do want to be very, very clear on is like how these feel compared to like a normal high pile rug that you might get for your living room, like a more plush rug. They are not like that. I've seen a couple reviews online of people receiving a rug and being really disappointed and saying like, oh my God, it's basically just like a little thin blanket that I'm putting on top of like a pad. I hate this, it isn't for me. I think it's just important to go into it knowing what you're getting. I had watched a lot of videos about them before I made a purchase on their website to like kind of understand what it was going to look like. So when it came, I was really satisfied, but I can understand that if you think you're just spending $200 for like a big thick rug and then you get like a thick pad with like a little skinny rug on top, you might be a little bit disappointed. Like I said, they are made to be skinny and lightweight and stain resistant, and made that way so that they can go into your washing machine. Big, thick rugs cannot. It would not be possible. That is what allows them to be washable, and I think it's just important to know if that's going to work for you or not, and obviously it's going to depend on your taste and what you want in your home. But overall, as I've said, I am very, very pleased with our Ruggable rugs. Both of them have like really served the purpose that we bought them for. Our living room one has made our room feel cozy. It looks gorgeous, and I love the cushioned pad. It feels really good to walk on. Our back door one does not stain, looks great, easy to throw in the wash if it does get a little bit extra muddy in the spring, and I really, really love how both of them look. I love the styles. I could see me at some point switching out our back door one for maybe something that's even like a little bit more colorful and summery in the summertime, and that's the beauty of these rugs. I can just buy another topper and do that if I want to. Now, if you are interested, I will link to the 2 different rugs that I got down below in case you want to check them out. Of course, I will also link to Ruggable, but overall, I would really recommend them if you are looking for a rug that you can just throw in your house, replace when you want to, and just throw it in the wash whenever it gets dirty. Definitely very handy and worked great for what I needed it for. And with that, thank you very much for watching this video today. Obviously, a lot to talk about with these rugs. If I missed anything or you still have any questions, definitely be sure to leave them down in the comments section, and I'm so happy to answer any questions that you have. I think it's very clear that I love the rugs. I would definitely consider getting more. I would love to get a runner for our kitchen at some point, especially with like the more cushioned pads. I think it would just make it very comfy to walk on, but we'll have to see. Obviously, they are decently expensive, so it's not a purchase decision that I would make really lightly. I also think that a doormat would definitely be in the cards for me if I ever made another purchase, just because I think that it's so cool that you can get a doormat that you can just wash. I think that that's a great idea. And with that, thank you very much for watching this video today. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to hit the big red subscribe button found down below if you are not already subscribed. I do put out 2 videos every single week along with some YouTube shorts. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that I will see you next time. Bye!